Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be in the world. I'm Sarah Jane, and this is our brand new channel, Intuitive Healing Channel. So this is a sister channel of Gift of Healing TV. And welcome to our very first program. And we're joined tonight by June Connor, and June's going to be sharing with us getting messages from your guides and angels through Animals Totems. Now, I'm really looking forward to this. So I hope that you're going to ask questions, please feel free to ask questions. And I know we're going to get June to share. And for those of you watching this, I'm sure this isn't my glasses that's making me all fuzzy. We don't have to have a brilliant picture of me, but then I'm not worried about that. So let me introduce June to you. June was born and raised in New Jersey and now resides in Virginia Beach, Virginia in the United States. She was born with natural psychic and mediumship abilities and utilizes those abilities to serve others who want to know about themselves, their relationships, careers, and to get answers, guidance, or a path to follow. As a medium, June connects with our dearly departed to deliver messages she receives, which helps bring that person an awareness that their loved one is always there watching over. June is a shaman and a crystal therapist and loves the native Indian culture and has studied animal totem medicine, which is just another way to hear spirit talking to us. June also teaches meditation and developing your psychic skills for beginners, and we will share her website and various other bits and pieces at the end of the program so you can find out more about June that way. June, thank you for joining us and welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm very honored to be the first person on your new channel.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you with us, and thank you for joining us. And excuse me, folks, I'm suddenly sneezing my head off here. I'm not sure what's going on. Releasing something, I guess, usually. June, start by sharing a little of, I know it says that you've had these abilities sort of from you were born, but I think with most of us, we are aware of certain things and we move away from them when we go back from them. Share a little of your journey and some of your experiences with us.
Okay. So as a child, I became to know I was slightly different than anybody else that I knew, including my family. And I just seemed to have had this knowing, and I just sort of knew things, and I just didn't know why. But your family can tend to think you're slightly crazy when this happens. But so my journey basically is when you have no one to talk to about these things that go on with you, it can really, it makes you feel different or something is wrong with you. And so you can tune a lot of these things out. Plus, you know what to say and what not to say to other people, because then they think you are, in fact, crazy as well. So, but I want to say that through my journey, when I moved to Virginia Beach, Virginia, I met a lot of people like myself. And this is sort of where I started to learn to meditate. And this is how I learned about guides and angels, and because I never knew where this information was coming from. No one ever took me by the hand and kind of led me and said, you know, this is what's going on with you. And I think that's true with a lot of people. They don't realize, you know, that you're born with guides and angels, and they walk with you while you're on this earth. So animal medicine, to me, is the most fantastic way for everyone to be able to get the messages from spirit. Let's see. All right, so basically not knowing where the messages were coming from, you can start to meditate, but I was never taught that either. I can't quiet my mind. That's when I learned how to have guided meditation through many of my mentors. And that helps, especially when you're in a group of other people. So having someone say, just go sit and quiet your mind. There's so much technology out there now, phones, and just, it's busy. Our minds are busy. And we may not get, the messages might slip right by us, because when we ponder a thought or we're in a situation on what should I do and stuff like that, there are so many ways we do get messages. And that could be just riding in the car and a song will come on that'll have like a lyric in it. And that's another, so they're trying to communicate with you all the time. But when our mind is so noisy, those messages might slip by us. So nature is number one. We have to go into nature. We have to go outside and shut our phones off. And when you do that, you would be surprised how your mind can quiet down, and how you will notice trees and leaves, and you can hear all of a sudden all them thoughts start to pop into your head. So I do want to explain, when I say hearing spirit, it's almost just that pop of thought that just came to you. And everybody says it. I was driving home from work. I always go home the same way. I go to this stop sign, I make a right. I get to this red light, I make a left. But for some reason, I don't know why, is what we always say, I went right. And that was them putting that thought into your mind, because they were probably protecting you maybe from an accident, something that you were not supposed to be a part of. So that's what I mean by hearing. It's not like there's some magical voice. It's almost sort of like a download, or it just pops into your mind. So everybody can do this. Everybody has, I like to say intuitive, because psychic, that's what that means, is your intuition. Everybody is born with this, and everybody has it. So with all the noise in the world, this is where animal medicine comes into, because you can physically see it with your eyes. And all you have to do is kind of look up sort of what you've seen and exactly what you were thinking at the time when you've seen it. So.
And it's so true. It is about the intuition. You've got a thought in your head suddenly, and you wonder where it came from. You find yourself saying something and you're thinking, where did that come from? It is trusting that intuition that comes through us. And so many of us do. And I do love the animal things. I love seeing animals and the different birds and whatever. And I know before you were looking up a couple, because of course you're in the States, I'm in the UK, but we can literally have people watching all over the world. So I think you said you were looking up koalas. So you can give a little bit of an idea for folks. But so what you do is you encourage people to go out, because when you're working with the animals, for you, do you go outside? How do you do it for yourself to start with?
Basically, yes, I do go outside, but you'd be surprised. You can just look out the window and there be, a hawk that's flying around your house. I'm not sure if everybody has hawks, or they're big, very big birds, but these are birds are like messengers, especially those of the eagle and the hawks and the ravens. And, they're messengers from spirit. They're letting you know that you're protected. And so, whatever I was pondering out my window, what I was thinking of, that was a sign. I can also tell you that when I started to learn to meditate, and about the whole sort of guides and angels and where I'm getting my messages from, I was, gathering a lot of information and learning a lot, all that stuff that I just never knew. And I remember being in a class, where we were meditating and learning about this stuff, and we went outside for a break, and suddenly a butterfly landed on my shoulder. And, that usually freaks me out. But honestly, through animal medicine, A butterfly is about transforming your life, because it starts out as a caterpillar, and then it goes into a cocoon, and then it, has wings and it flies. And that was probably like one of the first things that happened to me. And I was like, so true, so true. I was transforming my life. I was gathering a lot of knowledge. And so that was pretty awesome, I thought. And so another thing too, we meditated one time to try and kind of guided meditation to see what animals were in there. And some people shared their stories, and they had like tigers and bears, and I had a squirrel. And I was wondering why everybody got these big, beautiful, animals, and I got a squirrel. But at that time, a squirrel, what that means, they're gatherers. They're always out there, getting their nuts and putting it away for the winter, and so it made sense to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I must admit, I remember I was doing meditations with people, again, on the animal side of things. And when I was doing the meditation myself, as you said, all the others were getting, and I got a mouse. And it was so obvious. I closed my eyes in the actual meditation. So obviously close your eyes for the meditation. But I said, just sit down, close your eyes, and then the first animal you see. And the first animal I saw was a mouse. And I just thought, whatever.
Yeah, it's embarrassing when these other people get tigers and wolves and all this stuff. But I would like to share with people a way that was I learned from a shaman healer about how to kind of get these messages for people who have trouble meditating or don't meditate or anything like that. And so there's oracle cards. They're all about animals. It comes with this book called Medicine Cards.
Do you want to pick that up lift it up a little bit higher? Yes, that's it. That's it. Excellent.
And then the cards, and they have like this this is the back side of them. But and these are pretty interesting, because this way through your day, just carry a little pen and paper with your little pad or something. And if something, comes, runs across you, whatever animals that are all over the world. I'm not saying they're all in this particular book, not every animal, but these oracle cards will tell you sort of what that meaning is. And not also, it's not all just about your physical state as walking in nature or just, going about your day. This is about dreams too. A lot of people, they get really scared. They dream, snakes are coming and everything. And the snake is about growing, because it's like the shedding of the skin. And so always pay attention to your dreams as well. Pay attention to what animal it is that you are always drawn to. Just take a look, and look at the meaning, and it will describe you. And sometimes when we go through bad times in our life, it can also say this is what we need to work on. So, these oracle cards, you can draw one per day and say, what is my message from the universe, spirit today? And just whatever one you're guided to, look it up and read about it. And this is a great way to get those messages. When everybody talks about guides and angels, no one can physically see them. Well, I don't want to say no one. Some people can, yes. But for the most of us, we can't. And so that's so instead of worrying about I can't do this, I can't do that. Yeah, this is a way that you can, and you can get your messages. And even if you have a question about a family member or a situation, you and in the book they have like a 1-card draw, a 2-card draw, like different kinds of spreads. And the more you do it, it's like exercising, exercising your muscles. This is your sort of your intuition, psychic muscle, And then your intuition just, it just comes so naturally. And then you start to notice all the synchronicities in the world, So it's just nothing more than an exercise. Nobody teaches that, though. We don't pay attention to the world or what's around us. We're busy. We're just too busy. So this is an awesome way to do that.
Our lives are very cluttered. We keep going too much. We don't sit still long enough. We've got to be doing something all the time, because I know I'm a classic for that.
I
know. And so it is just allowing ourselves to make the time. I suppose what I do is I may be doing something a lot of the time, but I try to get 2 walks every day. And I become very aware. What birds can I see? What birds can I hear? What else do I see? What else do I hear? So, and like we've got neighborhood cats. I don't have cats anymore. I had them for 22 years. But lots of the neighbors' cats will come up and say hello to me, which is lovely. I'll say hi to dogs when I go past them, providing they want me to say hi to them. And I love listening to the birds. And we've got so many birds because the weather's ridiculously warm for this time of the year. And so the birds, they're out in pairs and thinking, please don't no offspring at this time. But I am so aware of it. And it's allowing that awareness time on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and if someone, let's say, was housebound and perhaps couldn't get out, or I like what you said about, what animals do I hear, or whatever, because, sometimes you can hear an owl. Okay. But we rarely see them. They're somewhere in a tree, but you can hear them. So I would take notice, even if you can't get out of the house, or even, let's say, from the walk to your car to your office, just take notice if something, and this does include, insects as well. Yeah. Let me tell you that as far as the animals of the world, this here book, I have called Animals Speak. The author is Ted Andrews. So this will have more of the animals of the world. The other one that I was talking about, that's with the oracle cards, and that's sort of about getting your messages personally yourself. But yeah, just a walk to the car, like you just don't know. You could see like a raccoon go by, or hearing the owl. If you hear an owl during the day, or an owl, that the meaning there is deception. So you might want to think about looking around your surroundings. Is someone around you deceiving you? Or are you, in fact, deceiving yourself or someone else? And that's sort of what the owl means, because, and what there's sort of, because owls are usually in the darkness, to hear them during the day is even, more of a sign of that deception. A lot of times people dream about dolphins, or just so drawn to dolphins. That they are just beautiful animals. I happen to love them myself. That's really about taking your power back and breathing. Sometimes we got a lot going on and we just shallow breathe. And the dolphin is just coming, because they always look like they're happy and smiling. So they're just coming and saying, breathe, don't give your power away to others who are trying to take it from you. Take your own power back. So there's just so much messages that you can get through, instead of the whole guides and angels things. And I'm not against that, because I call on my guides and angels all the time, But for those, I just go back to my childhood. Like, I wish someone would have taken me by the hand and let me know where this information was. Why was I getting this information, and where was it coming from? I did think as a child, when I was young, that I was magic, because I don't know, sort of that goes into the law of attraction, but I would, I wanted something one day. One day I'm going to have one of those. And like magically someone like put one outside in their, you know, trash, I was going to say, but you know, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, there it is, you know, and I was like, how does this happen? But now that I've learned like why and how the universe works and our thoughts and just, you know, how to get our messages, it's awesome. It you can take control back over your life, especially when, and life gets hard. Life gets hard. And so I still go through things too, you know, and sometimes I reach out to someone else. But I also use these oracle cards. Oracle cards, I really do love them. Yeah. What is it that I need to know today? That is what you say. What is it that I need to know today? And you can like just pick a card, whatever, you know, sometimes one sparkles at you or one just looks, you know, brighter than the other ones. And you'll know spirit will guide your hand into the right way, and it will give you the message that they need for you. And so to have the book, and you know, and you can carry the book with you, and it's just a great way. The world needs to know that we can have conversations with universe, the spirit world, whatever your word is, you know, your God, your higher power. So the world needs a lot of healing right now.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. So if we all, could you imagine if we all were able to sort of take our power, let's say, you know, try and find out what is it that I need to know today, you know, it would kind of make your day a little bit better. At least you have guidance. You have guidance from above saying, you know, kind of, and you know it, and you don't have to worry about invisible, I want to just say like invisible things that you can't see. The physical world is just a great way to see it. So if you can't spend time in a forest or whatnot, we all can. I live in a city. But, you know, again, you can sit on a park bench, and when you can get someplace where you can sit alone, wow, all that you will hear, especially as you exercise your psychic intuitive muscles, you will learn to trust those pops of thought that come into your head. And you probably won't say, you know, for some reason, I don't know why. You're going to say, oh, I hear you. I got you. Thank you. So it just makes you feel part of it.
Absolutely. And there is so much there. And as you said, it's not just about the animals, it's about the insects. I remember being out for a walk in an area called Dartmoor in the UK, and a dragonfly landed on my trouser leg. And it was just, whoa. And granted, they were green and everything around me was green. Right. and temporarily mistook me for a leaf or something. I don't know. But
yeah.
That it was the most amazing thing to happen.
Do you know sort of what was going on in your life at that time? Just because I know I had this happen to me too. I used to have 2 of them follow me every time I went outside to walk my dog. And they would like land on the leash, or like if the dog stopped for a second, you know, they would just hang by. But with the dragonfly medicine, you know, sort of medicine actually means the power of what that animal means. But dragonfly means your life is changing at a rapid rate, because, and you know, for the better. And because a dragonfly is literally just an egg on like a leaf in a pond, but it just in no time at all, it hatches. And you know, a dragonfly, they can hover. They can go side to side, they can go up and down, and they can walk on water, and it's just letting you know that, you know, a lot's going on, a lot's happening at a rapid pace. All these things are coming to you, boom, boom, boom. So I love the dragonfly.
Yeah, I had that feeling. It was a time when I was thinking, do you know what? Life is a roller coaster. I'm on board.
There you go. So you just go with it. And so to be able to sort of know what that message means, you don't have to worry like, my God, everything's coming at me at once. You just know that, guess what? you know, you are being looked over, and they're sort of letting you know, listen, a lot's going to be coming, but you can do it. You can handle it. And that's, the book is great just because there's a lot more than I'm just kind of saying a part of it. And so there's you feel better when everything starts coming out. You won't get so overwhelmed. You know, we can try and help heal ourselves as well.
Yeah.
The Intuitive Healing Channel.
But at the end of the day, everything that we should do is for ourselves. Until we heal ourselves, till we find our own journey and what works for us, it's not that easy to help others. But when you're helping others from your own experiences, from the gifts that you've learned from those experiences, you can help people heal when they're ready. They can heal themselves using your experiences. But there will be others of us that will need to go through all our own stuff, finding all. Meditation's brilliant, working with the animals, working with dragons, the mythical friends, the mythical beings. Find what works for you. I love all of it. And the animal thing started with me because actually of the mythical. And I was trying to do a load of investigation, which is how I ended up with a book. You've shown the book you've got. I've got a book here called Animal Wisdom, The Definitive Guide. And that there are books out there. I think the cards you've got, I have that feeling I've got those downstairs. I've got another pack. Find what works for you.
Yeah, because you can ask, what do I need to know, and you can get an answer, you know. But I will say that, and I'm saying most women, I'm sure they're not most women, but I just know a lot of women and mothers and all that. We forget to make ourselves a priority. And we, you know, doing all the, you know, we do. And I think women a lot of times are always just worried about everyone else. I just think, you know, it's just, you know, natural. But if at the end of the night, maybe when the kids are in bed or it's quiet, you know, whether you can take a bubble bath or whatnot, you can just, you know what, ask spirit, you know, whatever it is that you need to know. And that's why I like the cards. So again, like someone who cannot get out of the house to take a walk, then just, you know, whatever you're drawn to, and then maybe sit in a bubble bath and read about that, and then sit and think about how you interpret that meaning for you, because you will interpret it. You will totally understand what it means for you. So it's just awesome. It's amazing. I get so excited. I want everybody to know.
But it is, because everybody's life is slightly different. We may all be, in spite of the fact we may not realize it, we may be all be going in the same direction, but it doesn't feel like it at times. And it will be your understanding, your interpretation. You know, it's not what somebody else says it should be, because you can. And that's why so many of the different oracle cards around give you very short sentences, I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep them all separate, because one may speak to you more than another may speak to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's what is right for you. Not every aspect of that card will be right for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I really agree. And the more you do it, like I said, it starts to become natural. But what's the best part is you will start trusting yourself, because there's I've met so many that say, you know, I just kind of shrugged it off because I thought maybe I just imagined it. No. And so when you start trusting yourself, it makes you a stronger person, I guess, more confident, that you kind of, you have an understanding of sort of this world, this universe, you know, at least part of it anyway, since 2012 anyway. Like, a lot of people are now searching, what is this all about? Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? And I'm meeting people every day like that, and so I just love what I do because I kind of do this. I sit there and I just don't read people. I sort of give them an education to take home with them. Try doing this, just to help yourself out of whatever it is, the fork in the road that you're at. So they are there for you. So each and every one of us.
And supporting you to listen to the guidance that is already within you. Because at the end of the day, I hear it so many times, the answers are within, they are not without. So stop looking elsewhere for them and go inside. You have everything that you require. It's just, and it's not a matter of learning, it's a matter of remembering. It's about awakening the knowledge that is within.
Yes, I love that actually. At my email, I have a quote that I just happen to love, and it says, "We are not humans having this soul, spiritual experience. We are the soul. We are the spirit." Trying to remember we are the spirit having a human experience. Sorry. Trying to remember everything we already know. Shoot, anyway, but I just think that's it's so true. I love that.
Yeah.
But it's nice to it's all great to say we all have that within, but sometimes if we don't know how to interpret that within, or we got too much stuff in us, we are not sure, and that's why a lot of times we don't trust ourselves. On what have you ever sort of come, it's like, what, I wasn't going to go down this street today, or to this party, I wasn't going to go, and then they go and they're like, I should have listened to myself, I didn't want to go, but I went because I didn't want to hurt someone's feelings. That's the stuff you need to take out, is listen to within, because your spirit animals are there to protect you always. And so that's why you get those feelings. And that's a physical feeling. That's why we have sayings like that gut feeling, that is exactly why, is because you are hearing, you are feeling. And so hopefully trusting comes next.
Absolutely. And it is trusting yourself, got it within. Folks, if you've got any questions for June, please ask. If there's a specific animal, please ask. We obviously can't necessarily guarantee to get round to them all if everybody asks, but please do ask. We're here to be totally interactive with you. We'd like you to join in with this. So please do ask. But what I'm actually going to say to you, June, is you've got the cards there, and I'm not looking for a specific for an individual as to whether there is one that wants to make itself known that could be a general that could possibly speak to everybody. So whether it's one that that falls out if you shuffle them, that you pick up, but a card that just wants to make itself known for everybody at this point.
Oh, sure, I'd love to. That'd be great. I don't know if you want to be shuffling, but one will fly out. You'll see, and that's how I do it. Is just shuffle, and you'll see they'll all start to get scattered, and see one flies out. I'm sorry if you didn't see that, but one flew out. Let me grab it. So, okay. Is something called a grouse.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not too familiar with the grouse. Is that like anyway, so I don't know all of these off the top of my head, but I can just give you, if I could just look in here real quick, and what that's about. Okay. The grouse represents the sacred spiral, about leading us to, that's so funny. See, I love this. Leading us to everlasting heights. So that means that the spiral of and again, up to your interpretation, but honestly, having the book, it will tell you, let's see. So it says if the grouse uh, card comes up in your cards today, um, for you to undertake a meditation on the various qualities of movement within your world. So obviously there's more about that, but I mean, that just makes, see how spirit will guide the right card. This one's don't ever think you're grabbing anything wrong. I like to shuffle and have one fly out. But it's talking about by visualizing where you want to, I guess, spiral to, and what you want to become, what do you want to do in your life, and especially for people that maybe might not be spiraling out of control, perhaps like too overwhelmed, and this is exactly what we're talking about, is how they're saying, sort of kind of meditate on it. Again, a lot of people can't meditate, and if you can't, that's okay. Just quiet, like take the bubble bath, or sit somewhere where you can just be alone and not around a TV and not around a cell phone, and wherever that is, go for a walk if you can. If not, find a room in your house somewhere, that you can just sit down. And when your mind is quiet, promise you all kinds of thoughts, let's say, you'll hear in your mind will come, and you'd be surprised. This is where we don't trust ourselves, like we're thinking it, we're not. They're helping us, and that's why, again, like I like these cards, because we have talked about it, and there again it showed up.
But I think the grouse is brilliant from what you're saying, because we are literally at the end of 2015. We've got 2016 coming at the end of this week. So we're 4 days away. And so that spiral, we're almost coming to, and I know the spirals never end, but it's almost like we're coming into a brand new spiral, because we're coming into a brand new year. It can be about letting go of the old and being open to the new. It can be about, to me, I mean, this is just to me, it's a perfect card for everybody at this point in time.
Because as you say that, I just was looking a little further, that it was saying to analyze the way you move through the world, and what kind of energy are you putting out, and if there's something else that you want to do or create, kind of go with that, put that energy out. And I liked how you say, 2015 is coming to an end, and 2016, in numerology, I won't go big into that, but it's a 9 year, and 9 is the highest vibrational number. It's a spiritual number, so it almost means new beginnings, because sort of that you're at an end of a cycle, and all new things are coming in, and I definitely can feel that for sure. So it's a very high, I think. So 2016, I'm really excited about, because of the fact that it does equal 9. And you don't need to know anything about numerology just to know that it is the highest spiritual number. And I'm actually, my life path is a 9. So most people that do what I do happen to be like that, So, and we go through a lot of stuff, because I think Spirit wants us to experience all the stuff which isn't always good, but
well, I don't know. I think it is good, because I think it'd be very easy to become very complacent if nothing ever went wrong. And the whole idea with myself, with my guests, is that we're very real. We have all the stuff happening to us. We have had it happen. We continue to have stuff happen to us. Keeps our feet on the ground. It keeps us grounded. It keeps us real. We're no different to anybody else. And I love that life. It's because we are all individuals and the same. We're one.
Yeah, yeah. You at the time you're going through all of this, it doesn't. You're not. I wasn't as thankful, but I can tell you that people that I guess come to me or find me, I can tell you it's just another way, the spirit world works is I can identify with whatever it is that they're seeking guidance for. I in some form, I've been there, and even though life, was rough, I can tell you I wouldn't be who I am right now without every single thing that I've went through. I'm a totally different person than from when I was younger. I'm independent and strong, and and it's good because I needed that in my life.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get forced into things that you don't want, but at the end of it, I can tell you without all of it, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I don't need to have the man, though it would be nice to have a shoulder to cry on, but but I don't need, I don't have the needs. So, that kind of stuff. I'm very confident in myself that, when the next thing comes about, I got this.
Yeah, it's about being true to ourselves. It's about being honoring ourselves, valuing ourselves, trusting ourselves. We need to learn that the ourself is really important. So let's move on, because okay, you've shared beautifully, and thank you so much. But we're coming to the close of the program, and I know that you talked about the fact that you're going to be running some little workshops so that people can learn. So do you want to tell us briefly about those?
Okay, so I do teach, and but I've was led to sort of kind of do things via Skype. I do get a lot of people that are in the state of Virginia, and who have wanted to participate in classes. So this is kind of fun because could be people from all over the world. But honestly, what I'm going to do is tackle a topic, and actually, it'll be more about animal medicine, the power of animals, and we can get into animal totems, and that would come later. So I'm going to be teaching on that, and that's on my website. So it would be every 2 weeks, so every other week. I honestly, I haven't worked it all out. Sort of people are in different time, distances, but so I'll figure that out, and that's 35 United States dollars. US dollars. Sorry. And then also, if anyone is interested to get a 1-hour reading via Skype or phone, or if they're local, I'm offering a 15% discount for the whole month of January 2016. It normally runs $125 US dollars. And I'm not sure, it comes out to almost a $20, like a $19 discount, something like that, US dollars.
Brilliant, brilliant. So folks, please, I've just put the links up to, if you're interested in the development classes, there's a separate page for those. Please obviously connect direct with June if you're interested in that. And again, now we said, I think, that the one-on-one readings, they that price for the whole of January. So if you want January 2016, just in case you're watching this in December 2016. So it is for January 2016. And again, I've put the link up. Please feel free to go to June's website as well. Let me put that up for you as well. You can go to her actual website. I will make sure all of these are on the About Us page. I'll go in and do that straight after the program's finished. And then tomorrow morning, once this is up on YouTube, I will make sure that it's under the YouTube video as well. So the links are there. So however you're watching this, it'll either be on the website or it'll be under the YouTube video. But the website will only be for another week. After that, it will be under the YouTube video. Please do look under that in the information that's under there, because that's where we'll put it. And connect with June. Ask her questions. And we've got Jay, who said thank you both, very interesting. And we've had Dawn, thank you. And I have the feeling they're two of our regulars. They're both, I think they're both here in the UK, so thank you. And I know we've had other people here watching as well. So June, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Have you got just a last little share that you'd like to share with everybody?
Basically, just to know that you can get messages that your guides are trying to give to you in a very easy form, and it's wonderful to be able to have that advice and to go through the day and sort of be able to take control of your life. And thank you so much for having me here today. I really appreciate it. That was a little.
It's been a real pleasure, and thank you so much for joining us, for sharing us. And folks, again, go back, you can see what cards June's been talking about, the book June's been talking about. But I mean, I think we both say to you, find what draws you, find what speaks to you, and the right cards will come to you, the right books will come to you.
To email me. If they want to email me about like a card or the author's names, or just please just ask, no problem.
Brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. We are back again on Wednesday, and our program on Wednesday, I'm being joined by David McLeod and Tommy Stoffel of the Soul Talk guys. They have their own series called Life Mastery TV. Get it right. Sorry, guys. So they're joining me, and we're going to be talking about the topic of the opening and closing of life's doors, which, bearing in mind we're coming into the new year, sounds about right to me. And believe it or not, there is another program on Friday, because I'm joining the guys on their program Friday, 7 p.m. our time in the UK, which is 11 a.m. on the Pacific, PST, in the States. So I'm actually on 3 programs this week, 2 of which I'm the hostess, and 1 of which I'm actually a guest. But we've got 3, and you will find the information to both of those on the Gift of Healing TV website. So please, and I will put the replay of this up onto the website as well. So if you want to come back to it at a later date, you'll find it there. Thank you to our guest June Connor for joining us tonight. Thank you to all of you for being here with us. It's been an absolute pleasure. We will be back in a fortnight for the next Intuitive Healing Channel program, and I will give you that. Oh, Sheila Maria. Living your life purpose with the angels. So I hope that you will join us for that. June, thank you. Folks, okay. Happy New Year to you all.
Happy New Year to you.
Namaste, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.